Pondlarker by Fred Gwynne. Pondlarker by Fred Gwynne. No longer he was a frog, but a handsome young prince with beautiful kind eyes. Pondlarker's favorite story. Once upon a time, there was more princess in the world than anything else. There was a family of frogs who lived in the pond, a mother, a father, and all their children. Every night before dinner went to sleep, the mother read them a story about a princess and a frog. Maybe you know about it. It's a story about a princess who kisses a frog and turns him into a prince. Well, as you can imagine, it was their favorite story of all, and for years they believed that was true. But as time went by and the young frogs grew older, they went to work and got married and settled down and had families of their own. They soon forgot such childish things, except for one of them. That is, his name was Pondlarker. Pondlarker never forgot a story and was always on the lookout for a princess to kiss him. He dressed like a prince. He walked like a prince. He even thought he was one at times. It got to be laughable. Finally, one day, his mother and father sat Pondlarker down and had a heart talk with. There was nothing wrong with being a frog, his mother. In fact, there is, and Pondlarker's father sang him a song. Frogs won't jump and dive like no prince alive. We sing and quack and swim every stroke and no stroke at all. To our stretching and claw. We got bigger lungs, we catch flies with our tongues and do many things much better than kings. Princess 4 miles. But Pondlarker's mind was made up and nothing was about to change it. So one day Pondlarker happened to see a sign that read Princess 4 miles. He up and left the pond behind him. Pondlarker was a little aware of dangers that looked ahead. He'd only walked a mile or two when a red-shouldered hawk swooped down on him from the sky. With the princely bearing at his command, Pondlarker quickly drew himself up, aided his board, and yelled, so angry, such stallion behavior from the tiny individual. So confused, said the hawk, and went out from battle and flew away. A few miles further, there was a hungry mink that tried to do Pondlarker in. Again, Pondlarker bravely stood his ground and calmly warned the mink that Pondlarker would soon be a prince, and remember, we continued, we prince wear milk white robes.
You don't have to do that.
The black warning to her and quietly stunk away, stealing his sword once more. Pondlarker continued to follow the signs that lead to the princess. Soon a castle appeared in the distance, and over the entrance there was a red sign that read, "All frogs enter here."
You think that's a castle or that's a trap?
That's a trap, I think. Oh, this is the lady that kisses them. Pondlarker entered the castle and climbed the stairs, finally arrived at a bedchamber, and lo and behold, there she was, his princess. Well, not his princess exactly, not like the one in his dreams, for this princess was old white-haired, lying in the bed, but she was a princess all the same. So it is true, exclaimed Pondlarker. I will wait all along. Princess really do kiss frog.
Will he turn into a prince?
Oh my, yes, sighed the princess. I have kissed millions of frogs. Kissed bullfrogs, wood frogs, carpenter frogs, white-lipped frogs, cricket frogs, whistling frogs, carpenter frogs, whistling frogs. Oh my gosh! White-lipped frogs. Do I have to really say everything I want? Whistling frog, carpenter frog, pig frog, gopher frog, pig frog, pickerel frog, leopard frog, sheep frog, peepers. Oh dear me, so many kinds of frogs. Sad to say true.
Though.
Oh, I never found a prince that was good enough for me. They either turned out to be too fat or too thin or too young or too old or too tall or too short or too boring or too something. But enough talk, she said. Come and let me kiss you. Maybe you'll turn out to be my Prince Charming. And then, with a slight smile, she added, even if it turns out that you aren't my Prince Charming, at least there'll be one less slimy frog in the world. That's a good thing. I'm sure you agree.
Will he turn into a prince?
No.
Oh, he did not turn into a prince.
So he jumped out?
It looked like. Let's see. Let's find out.
But Pondlarker wasn't so sure that he did agree there was nothing with being a frog. In fact, as his mother said, there was everything right being a frog, and maybe you really want to think about it. There was a little bit of Fred Pondlarker's Eddie. Hadn't he defended himself against the hawk and unspread outsmarted the mink as bravely as any prince. Not only that, wasn't it also true that Pondlarker could do lots of things that Princess couldn't, like long jumping and clucking and catching flies on his tongue, all the things that his father had sung about. Suddenly, before the prince could kiss him, Pondlarker shed his clothes and he jumped down into the moat below. There were 355 that were below, and there were 9 reading the same thing. Have terrified the prince, but he didn't bother Pondlarker once bit. He hit the water happily as any frog who had just seen the light.
Oh, so the princess didn't get to kiss him because he jumped out.
All the way back to the pond, he sank his father, so the hill echoed with, "We've got bigger ones, catch flies on our tongues, and do many things much better than kings." Pondlarker finally settled down in the pond. Did so many things much better than kings. He raised a wonderful family of 460 children, 92 grandchildren.
Oh, wow, that's a lot of
He
children.
gave each and every last one of them the very same advice his mother had once given him.
And
every night he sang him his father's song. Maybe if you hear some of Pondlarker's grandchildren sing the song to the grandchildren.
They're singing.
In any case, it's no wonder there are so many frogs in the world today, and so many princes, and so few princes.
Amen.